Hi, this is Deepak. I'll tell you one beautiful algorithm I came across today, and some real-time example I implemented that one. That is very distance algorithm. Basically, that is Google used in autocorrection of spelling. If some word is misspelled, it will rectify, and it will when we will give some prompt in Google, it will rectify in display in front of us, right? Or another real-time is plagiarism. We can use another one's content as our own content. It will also checked by this algorithm. And another real-time example, it will used in some life science project, that is called DNA sequencing. In DNA sequencing, 4 proteins there, no? In DNA, TCG, A for adenine, D for thymine, C for cytosine, G for guanine, right? In RNA, T is not present, thymine is not present, I think so, and uracil is present, DNA to RNA transcription, and RNA to protein synthesis through mRNA, right? That is called translation. This that algo is used in DNA sequencing, basically. Suppose in corona pandemic, new strain of variant is coming, like SARS. It will used to detect, suppose one variant is come, another, all those information already stored in our DB. That previous variant, suppose like that same type of variant which is already present before the attack the human race, basically it is already in our DB, right? And all those who is infected by the that virus, that we have to collect all those DNA sequence, genome sequence, and matched the previous when the pandemic, when this type of pandemic, and match that one. If it will match like that, some analysis will be there through this algo. In edit distance, you can sources, you can easily get all those information. In edit distance, basically 3 functionalities. Basically, one is basically that is RID, that is replacement, I for insertion, D for deletion. That is the 3 concept used in. Suppose I'll take an example of basically that is the word 1. Basically, I will take HORAC. The second word I will give ROSR. That is initially it is in I put it in a linear way like HORAC, and word 2 is ROS. It will start index 1. That is the first string, and second string also start in index. That is the index 2. Okay, its first alphabet is string 1 is okay, and that is the string 2 first alphabet is R. That is how we will match that one. Now I will explain all those things, and through code, when I will get time, I will put it in code format. Basically, in that algo, basically when client will give to algo to edit the distance. That is the means he want to know what is the distance between the 2 string. Basically, in there 3 operation will be there. That is insertion, deletion, and replacement. Okay, that is the first alphabet is H, and in that string 2 first alphabet is R. In the first I will tell you the match case. If first alphabet will match with the second string alphabet, that in that scenario, if it will match, means the first index will increment plus 1, and the second index will increment plus 1. Can you get that point? If it is not matched, means that is the 3 operation will perform. Basically, if I want to, and that is based on that is not optimized one. If it is optimized one, means I'll tell you that is the recursive way. We can further optimize, right? In few, like I already told you how to optimize all those things. It is the exponential format after that, and mnemonization will be there after that, bottom up like tabulation. After that, space optimization. In space optimization or mnemonization technique, we used 2D array so that we can minimize the time complexity. In space optimization, we'll take the one dot. Not will take 2D array, we'll take one D array, basically. 1D array we'll take to optimize the space. But in that scenario, I will tell you, if it will not match, means suppose HORAC, that is the first alphabet is S, in string 2 first alphabet is R, it is not matched. In that scenario, we'll perform first 2 will perform what operation? Basically, first 2 will perform inside operation. Suppose, okay, in that first string, H will be there first, and second string first alphabet is R is there. For insertion, we'll put R in the first index of the string 1. Or if you will put RSORSE, it will match with the second string, right? Or it will match if you will put in string 1, R means it will match in the string 2, R, right? In that scenario, index 2 will be incremented for further. That is the insertion completed. Okay, that is I will tell you the scenario. And secondly, that deletion operation will be there. For deletion operation, basically, what we will delete? Suppose, what is it? First string HORAC, second string, basically, I will tell you what is it. Second string ROS. Suppose we'll delete the R of the second indexes. We can delete from R of the second indexes, or we cannot go with the first index because that is its length will be 5. Its length will be lesser length. So if we will go to delete the R, then OS will be there, and then index 2 will be increment 1. A replacement case, that is the scenario I already told you. In deletion, a replacement, if in HORAC, if we will in place of H, if we will place R, means the first index will same as the second index ROS, right? So that it will increment 1 index plus 1, index 2 plus 1. In that algo, basically, we'll take all these 3 scenario and math.me, what is the minimum of this algo plus 1. We'll calculate like that. That is the recursion case. In the recursion case, mean distance, we'll put all those things like in distance word 1, word 2, that is the index 1, index 2. Well, return type, if you suppose you will take and a helper function, it will like that. In the lastly, in the helper method, whatever I told you that algo, we have to write all those things. That is the interesting part of that algorithm basically. You can further optimize it. I already told you, normalization technique will be there before return. You have to store in the array format. We will take 2D array for that, for both string 1 and string 2. After that, tabulation concept is there. After that, space optimization. If I tell like that, we cannot get the point. Basically, when I will get the time, I will store you through that code. That is the interesting algo. In bio Java is there on your website. We can get all those DNA sequencing and all those life science projects which is related to Java. In Python, that it is the both scope is vast is there. In Java, it is there. If a record is used, like 1 million record will be there for training the machine to detect the heart disease, to detect the pandemic disease like the SARS, like that coronavirus. If data is used, then we will go to that Java library. The RAG model is there, no? Retrieval augmented generation. It will retrieve whatever the query will give. As per that query, we will input it, and that vector DB will be there. Through vector DB neural network will be there. It will sequencing all those information and give all those data. That is RAG model basically. It is used in all those scenarios to retrieve or to give. That is not retrieve. That is basically called it is analysis right now. It will analyze all those info. Through that analyzation, whatever the output, it will give to the client. Okay, that is the best use case of all the scenario distance algorithm. You can also find that particular whatever I told you in lead code. Okay, bye.